From the stories that she told me when she became the first transit operator was, she told me not only that the trainers refused to train her, the drivers were quite cruel to her. They did not want her coming in because ETS back then was almost, they followed a military style. So they didn't want any women to come in and, upset the apple cart, I guess I could say. So when she first became a driver, what the drivers would do in the old Jimmy buses is you've actually got a handbrake that you squeeze and you would pull up. And they would take this handbrake and they would pull it up as hard as they could so that she would have a very difficult time squeezing and getting the brake off of the bus. Now we have maxi brakes, but back then it was a handbrake. And it was manual steering. The drivers would make a lot of crude comments to her and do a lot of mean things because she was not only a female driver, but she was also a divorcee, which was not looked upon very nicely back in those days. Like, even our house would get vandalized because she was a divorcee. So we actually ended up having to get a German Shepherd to guard our house and our property because people would vandalize our house because she was a divorcee and it wasn't heard of back then. The other problems that she would have while driving buses was from passengers. They actually refused to get on her bus when she opened the door. They refused to get on their bus. And one story I do recall was she was driving the bus late at night because they would work 16 to 17 hours a day. One lady got on the bus and said to her, if you knew what was best for your children, you would be at home looking after your children and not taking a job from a man. And she turned to this lady and said, you know what, I do know what's best for my children. That's why I'm sitting in the seat and I'm busting my butt so that I can bring home an income that can give them a home to grow up in and education, and I can feed them. After she had that conversation with that woman, the woman actually became her best friend, and late at night she would bring her coffee and sandwiches. So she actually won the respect of this woman who told her that she should be at home looking after her children. So there was a lot of pushback from the public as well as also from the drivers back then as well.